Hi and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Nzangi Muimi from QuantBuild.co.ke. In this YouTube channel, I make videos about Excel. I make videos about Bluebeam, ArchiCAD, SketchUp and Microsoft Project Professional. So if you're interested in one of those, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel so that you will be able to receive more videos when I post them. Thank you for hitting the subscribe button. So now we can get started with our today's tutorial. And if you've been watching the other videos that I posted, in those previous tutorials we discussed how to create a bar graph and how to plot a pie chart using the Excel charts. In this tutorial, I want us to dig deep into how to plot a line graph using the Excel charts. And so let's get started with step number 1, which is we are going to select our data set. And this is in form of this range of cells that we have here. And after making that selection, I'll go up to the insert tab and I'll look for these charts that, as you can see them here, and then I'll select on the first option, recommended charts. And when that opens, I'll go ahead and switch to all charts. And here you are able to see the various types of charts that you can be able to create using Excel. And the exact type of a chart that I want us to create, as the title of this tutorial says, is a bar, or rather it's a line graph. And so we will go ahead and select line graph. And when we select line graph, there are lots of options that we have here. We have a line, we have a stacked line, we have a 100% stacked line, we have a line with markers, we have a stacked line with markers, we have a stacked line with markers, we have a ready line. And I want us to go ahead and choose this option for line with markers and click on OK. What that does now is it places a graph, and this is a line graph, and this line graph has a vertical and a horizontal axis. And in our vertical axis, we have this data here in terms of the numbers, and the horizontal axis as the professions. And so for us, we can be able to tell right from where we have, using the X and the Y coordinates, we can be able to tell the exact number, and the representation of that is given graphically using a line graph. And so there are a few things that you can do, and that is in terms of doing some further editing and customization of this graph. Let's say, like up here, this is the title, and you are free to edit this title. You can click inside, highlight this, and type the title of your graph. And this for me is a bar graph. It's showing number of members in a professional body. So this is number of members in a professional body. I can be able also to change the font type and size. So this, let's say this I want to have railway, can just change there. And not just for the title, and you can change for the whole of the graph. If I select it, and then under home I have this font, I can type the font that I want, then just click. I will have it selected there. I will choose this pen tool as automatic. Then if you click on that graph, there is a plus at the right side that comes, and you can be able to click on that plus, and what it does is it displays the various types of chart elements that we can use to customize our line graph. And so if you look at it closely, you can see we have the axis, the chart title, and the grid lines selected, and we are lacking the axis titles, and that is a very important component for our graph. So I want to go ahead and check axis title, and you will see those axis titles come here, and now I can be able to rename this to anything that I want, but this should represent the exact description of what data is represented in the vertical axis, and this data is the number of members. So we'll type here number of members, click outside, we'll have it placed there, and down here I want it to be the various professions, so I can just type professions. I hope that is correct, professions. Then it's placed there. I can choose to have this as bold, which I just click on it to select it. Then I use Ctrl plus B on the keyboard, and I can have that text bold. If you go back again, you see we have data labels. We have a data table, we have error tables, we have a legend, we have a trend line, we have up and down bars. You can just choose to experiment with all those types of data sets, and sorry, not data sets, but chart elements. You can choose to experiment with different types of chart elements. Like if I activate data labels, you see the exact value that was placed in this table is going to be reflected in each of these intersections between x and y coordinates for every element. So we go ahead, and below the plus we have a pen, and that pen, if you click on it, it is going to give you other options, and these options are the chart styles. And for the chart styles, you have a wide range of options to suit your requirements. Like if I wanted to have the lines vertical as that, I can be able to choose this. I can choose this one. There is a lot of customization that you can make to your graph, and apart from the styles, you can also be able to change the colors. Let's say I chose that. You see the line graph is changing. Let's say I want to choose that one. You see all these customizations, you can be able to achieve them in Excel. And this data here can be exported to other formats. Like let's say I wanted to print this in a PDF document, I can just go up here under File and choose Save As. Then I'll choose the location for where I want the file to be stored on my computer. I want it to be stored on the desktop. Then I will leave the file name as it is, and for the save as type, I will click on this drop down and select PDF, and I can be able to save that as a PDF. And when the PDF opens, you can be able to see our graph, that the bar graph. That I think I made a mistake somewhere. And this is rather it's supposed to be a line graph, So let's go to the title and come back here and change that to a line graph. Then we go back to file, save as, and we will save it as a PDF, and then click on save, and our line graph is going to be reflected. I think I made a mistake somewhere. I'll click on that to select it, then I'll go to file, save as, desktop, save this as a PDF, click save. Okay, and there we are. We have our line graph. So that's it. Make sure when you are writing the title you are as accurate as possible, because that's part of if you're being examined, that's part of what your lecturer is looking at. Don't make mistakes as I did previously. And so we can go back to our Excel file, and one thing I want to show you before we end this line graph tutorial is that you can be able to also copy this graph from Excel and paste it in your Word document. So just click to select the graph, right click and select option number 2, which is copy, and go to your Word document and right click inside, and you have a wide range of options. The paste options, you have I think 5. You can choose among those 5 the ones you want to use, but for me I like using the line graph, or rather the paste options that keeps the source formatting and the data link, because I want, when I make any changes in my Excel, I want those changes to be reflected in my Word document. Like, let's go back here and change the number of environmental designers to, we have 25, let's say 20 more of these guys registered, so the number changes to 45, and you see we have a change in the way our graph looks like. So when I go to my Word document, you will see this change has been automatically reflected in the Word document. And linking data between Word and Excel, for me it helps me to keep everything up to date. But if your goal is not to keep Excel and Word data independent, you can choose the paste options that allows you not to link the data. So I think with that I have covered the basics of creating a line graph using Excel charts, and I hope you have learned something. I hope this video has been helpful to you. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up. You can also consider sharing it with your friends and family, and more important, if you want to receive videos from me in the future, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. There's a red button down this video written subscribe. Please click on that, and I really appreciate your support. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.